who's ready for some Metroid Dread Unrestricted?
Let's go.
I am Hobbit, Unrestricted Runner. I've always been a UR player, so I'm excited to show everyone what this game can truly be because this is the first time Unrestricted's been on the stage. I am joined here by...
I'm Arcanox. I'm a former Unrestricted Runner, and now I'm a randomizer player.
My name is Jay, and I'm a new Unrestricted Runner and NMG player. So, are you good to go?
I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
I'm going to count you down from 5.
Sounds good.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right. So here we are, all bosses unrestricted. But before we get to any of the wild stuff, Jay, do you want to start to break down some of the basics of Metroid Dread while we're loading in here?
Sure, yeah. So you're going to see Hobbit sliding a lot, and you're going to see Hobbit meleeing a lot. Now, the sliding is for your...
You want to maintain ground. You want to stay on the ground as much as possible.
Yes, you want to stay on the ground as much as possible. Here's this first Adam room here.
Yeah, Adam's got a lot to say,
Yeah, he
and
does
that wastes
have
a lot of
to say.
time. So we're going to skip through that dialogue as quickly as possible.
Yep. In this next room is coming up is what we call the climb. It's a test of our, mantling and climbing abilities, and every runner does this room differently.
A lot of quick mantles, again, trying to keep as close to the ground as possible.
And when Arc says mantling, we're doing quick rises off the ledge. So there's a clamber, which is a slow rise, and there's a quick mantle, which is a quick rise.
Yep, all in the aim of staying on the ground as fast as possible. Before we have any movement upgrades, that's going to be the fastest way for us to go.
Yep.
So this is our first boss. It's more of a tutorial, but it does count for the final count of 30 bosses. So
if you like counting, get ready, because we're counting to 30
It's time
today.
to count.
Alrighty, so we're just going to stare the poor broken Emmy in the face, and it's gone.
One.
That's
boss.
one. Alrighty, so now...
Coming up, Hobbit is going to be doing a strategy called a seam pseudo. He's going to fire a missile in between hard and soft terrain in order to pop this wall blob up here. Let's see.
It's got a very specific angle and position. So there's a technique that Hobbit's using background scenery to normalize the position of Samus. And one more shot. We should be good here.
I gotta line up with this. I keep losing it, but that's okay. That should be good.
Very nice.
There we go.
All right, we're through, and now we're going to a trick called Emmy Bump. Now, Hobbit is going to use very specific positioning to bait the Emmy into getting into a specific spot where he can sort of damage boost, but not really, off of the Emmy in order to reach this door up on the top left.
This skips a pretty large section of Artaria. So we used to have a different name for this. It ended up being a little bit too long, so we call it Emmy Bump now, but it used to be called, and keep track of this, Jump Over Emmy and then Melee to avoid most of Artaria. I will leave it as an exercise to the viewer to figure out what that spells.
That looks...
Ooh.
That was very close. That was very close.
Yeah, this is a really tricky little bit of movement here, so...
Another thing to note...
Boop it.
Nice.
Yeah, we love to see it.
Little mental reset here, get the Emmy back in position. Unfortunately, the Emmy will always chase you in this tutorial because it is the intro tutorial. It's being very mean to me, but that's okay. We're gonna get stabbed really quick.
Don't worry, we'll get our revenge.
Yeah. So Emmy will not unlock the doors after a delay like it normally does. It wants you to get into a specific spot. So the only way for us to unlock the doors after this is to parry the Emmy. So it is actually required after Hobbit gets up into the tunnel. But this is also one of the easiest Emmys to parry, so it's not too bad.
Ooh, okay, very close. Ooh, just barely lost some height there. So we're gonna be spending some time in this room with this Emmy for a little bit, that's okay.
It's a very tight wall jump melee here.
Looks good.
Looks
there
good.
We are.
Looks good.
All right.
All right. Yes.
Yes.
Totally gaming. All right. Now we just need to get out of here before the alarm sounds again.
Yep. So we just do a little height boost here. There we go. That's good. And now we are free.
So the Hobbit was just using a dash melee there, or an air melee, to basically bounce against the wall and get a little bit extra height so we can skip the water platform, because animations are slow.
Yeah, you have to press a whole button, watch the water drain, and especially since if the Emmy catches us again, it relocks the door and makes you parry a second time. Because normally in that tutorial, you slide under a one-high tile, or one-high morph tunnel, in order to make the Emmy stare at you and unlock the door because it can't get to you. But now that we're past kind of the biggest stressor of the run, in my opinion, this is a great time for Bex to read some donations, if you've got any. But otherwise, we are just going to be continuing here to climb part 2, where we'll be doing more of the movements. We'll be seeing some quick charges here to take care of this Musby, or Pinky as we like to call him. We'll be seeing him again for sure later in the run.
And we are on our way up to pet the dog.
Yep, so our next boss here is going to be Corpius, usually the exit boss of Artaria. But because of the routing that we took, we can just go straight to Corpius following acquiring the charge beam. And if you close your eyes a little bit while I'm fighting this boss, you might notice that he sounds kind of like a dog.
Hobbit will need 12 missiles in phase 1 and a combined 26 missiles in phase
that's
2
headbutt.
and 3.
So Hobbit just transitioned the boss to the second phase while he was spitting. And if you do that, it actually locks his head in the lower position like you can see now, and it completely trivializes phase 2. That is completely RNG dependent, so Hobbit is really rolling those dice well today.
Yeah, definitely appreciative of that. That is unfortunately, it's very hard to see Corpius' head while it's invisible. If I'm going to be transparent.
Yeah. For those keeping track in the audience, I think we are at 2 bosses.
Hey, Corpius, what are you doing in the background there? I thought you were gone already. Anyway, I'm sure that's completely normal.
Yeah. Things are going to get even more normal as we go on.
Oh, yes.
That's
Increasingly
the theme
normal.
of Metroid Dread Unrestricted.
Totally normal gameplay. We're not doing anything unusual, I promise.
Absolutely.
Especially not in about 5 minutes.
Nope, definitely not. Nope. Anyway, we just have some basic movement through the rest of Artaria. So, again, another great time for donations, Bex, if you've got any.
Absolutely. So I'm not really good at counting, but we have $250 from Anonymous that says,
My goodness.
1 million.
1 million.
We also have $25 from Charlotte Arnea that says, I'm super excited for the return of Samus at GDQ. Dread is a perfect fusion of platforming and action, and I'm ravenous for more. 0 mission.
Let's go, Charlotte.
Thank you, Charlotte. Completely goated.
Absolutely. That is the Min Items NMG GOAT, Charlotte herself. Has actually been at GDQ for Tetris, so super, super talented gamer, very, very close friend of ours. But you can keep him rolling for a little bit here until we get to the white Emmy. Alrighty.
Absolutely. So we've got $25 from Shock9616 that says, been looking forward to this run all week. Dread is my favorite game, and unrestricted runs are absolutely ridiculous. So huge. Props to Hobbit for doing it live. Let's get to 1 million. We're almost there. Do we have time for
There's
another
Hobbit
one?
doing a little bit of weeping.
We have $50 from Sail, Slap, and Finn that says, brought Wi-Fi on our cruise ship just to watch this run. We had to support our boy. I don't know how long this run is supposed to take, but I hope it's less than navigation. Good luck from everyone and Arihari, and remember to billow your cloak.
Oh yeah, I'm always billing my cloak. Those are my friends Johnny and Claire in my D&D group. Shout outs to them.
Fantastic plant kill.
Yep, excellent. And 3 and 4.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
CU counts. The CU counts. It's very important. But that is a very stressful kill sometimes. I know I made it look pretty easy, but that 2-tile ledge there can be pretty tricky because if you try to do the same buffer that you would normally do with a single tile ledge, you'll actually wall jump. So it's kind of the bane of runners who are trying to go fast because you actually have to slow down to go fast. But nothing unusual has happened in this run yet, so we're gonna try to do something a little silly here. So this now that we have the spider magnet, we can actually grab onto this door over here and pull it down. But we have some nefarious plans for it. Oh, there it is.
Let's go.
This is the glitch called Upside Down Samus. You literally can just turn her upside down. And it actually, if you see me struggling to aim, it's because my vertical axis is actually completely reversed.
You need to go save.
Yeah, I need to savor this moment.
Are you sure we have time for this, Hobbit?
No. Actually, I don't think we do.
I don't think we do.
Yeah, no. Okay, we got to get out of here.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh. I always go out the wrong door when I'm trying to do that. I found that in the practice room this week. I was originally just going to save because that alone is really funny, but I did that just on a whim, so I was like, I have to do that on stage.
A lot of the stuff in Metroid Dread that ends up being really useful starts out as being funny.
Absolutely.
One of these days that might be in a run, who knows?
Maybe, you know, it's pretty limited, unfortunately, but it is absolutely hilarious.
So we're gonna manipulate these plies here and hopefully get a little boost.
Very nice,
up
get a
onto
little
the
damage
ledge.
boost, skip that rail.
Yeah, we just have to apply ourselves a little, you know? All right.
Oh, I get it.
But we're coming up on the first elevator to Caterus here, so Bex, if you've got any donations, now's the time.
Oh, we have plenty. I'm going to apologize ahead of time for this one. $50 from D Snowflakist that said, I had all night to think of a pun for this Dread run, but none of them were a very good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shout outs, Drew. That's my DM. That's my guy. Shout outs. Really appreciate you staying up to watch. But coming into Caterus here, we're going to continue doing things just not correct. But first, we can show kind of the result of taking the routing we did in Artaria. We actually only passed through that Atom Room one time that is in the northern part of Artaria, which means that Atom is actually now stuck there. Imagine the Atom station's kind of like a bus in a series of stations. If you leave the bus at the station, it's not at the next station, so it doesn't lock the door.
Yep. That's how buses work.
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Yeah, they lock you in.
Yep, they lock you right in.
Hobbit's going to go for another damage boost up here called Super Boost. Let's see if he gets it. Very nice.
Very nice. And the worst magnet wall in the game.
Yeah, this is actually the hardest thing in the game,
Oh, nice.
but I got it.
Let's get a little mini round of applause for that.
Yeah, that I've fallen off that wall an unbelievable number of times.
We're also going to do one of the only hell runs here. Metroid Dread's heat ticks tick up exponentially, so the longer you're in the room, the more damage you take. But we have just enough health to make it through unscathed.
And Hobbit's going to set up for another seam pseudo here. We need to be able to access this area in order to do a trick called Emmy Warp, which will let us get into the MECU arena without wide beam. If you're familiar, the nice.
Easy.
The Emmy central unit is blocked by a wide beam door. We're going to skip that.
Yeah, this is a very infamous trick in Unrestricted. We are basically going to be rolling a D3 a couple of times. If it goes our way, fantastic. If it does not go our way, I do have a safety save just to be safe and keep things moving forward. But we're
It's pretty...
do a D-boost here.
Ooh,
Almost.
so close.
That was close. I think I respawned a little too early there.
It's pretty ironic that we spent so much time developing a trick to skip this room in particular and then found another trick where we specifically need this room.
Yes, if you're familiar with Dread speedrunning, there's actually a trick that skips this Atom station called the Ascending Dual Magnet Skip that actually is completely routed out by the routing we took. But we're going to tag that Emmy door there because Emmy doors have two parts. There's this Emmy needs to go somewhere else, and then the actual load that takes you out. But if you only hit the first part, that means the next time you go through a load zone, the Emmy will get sent somewhere else. So we're going to use Cloak for its intended purpose. Line up on this door pretty specifically to get in position to run into the Emmy in this door.
And another important thing to note is that if you touch the Emmy on the same frame that it goes somewhere else, you also go somewhere else. just like that. So now Hobbit is going to be able to buffer the parry because the game kind of forgot we were in a cutscene.
Nice. First
Let's
round.
go.
Huge round
Where
of
are we up
applause.
there? We're up there.
Okay, wait. We gotta lock in for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Very
Okay,
nice.
There we go. We're good.
All right, all right.
All right.
Oh, that is a huge
Yeah.
weight off my shoulders.
I think
for
we should
sure.
elaborate just how incredible it is that Hobbit got first try dice roll and first try parry.
Yeah,
That's
that is
very good
is
RNG.
very, very hard, and I struggle with the frame advance.
So there's
quite
5?
A bit, so yeah, 5. Yeah, shout outs to anyone who watched the Super Princess Peach run. If you've seen that clip on Blue Sky of someone screaming, that I might know him.
In fact, I think he's playing Metroid Dread right now.
He might be. But Green Emmy's kind of a bozo,
6.
so we just look at him. Just
Yep.
look at
Yeah,
him.
you just kind of stand there menacingly.
A withering stare from Samus.
So something that's kind of interesting about Dread speedrunning is if you're ever struggling with any of these Emmy kills, most of them are pretty straightforward from a speedrunning perspective. So I hope this is kind of a little bit you can take home if you're playing Dread casually.
Yeah, even though this is unrestricted, there's a lot of approachable stuff in this run.
So yeah,
We ball.
we're
We
balling.
ball.
We're balling.
We are.
What do you all think? I think we're balling.
15 minutes in and we're balling?
Wait, aren't we supposed to be saying orb? Isn't that the thing?
Oh,
Orb.
yeah. I guess it is.
There it
Yeah.
is.
There we go.
All right, so we have to skip this missile pack or else I will dissolve immediately.
There we go.
And now we are heading over to Varia, most notably without the wide beam. This routing with Emmy Warp takes us directly, takes out an entire loop through Cataris and Dairon to collect the wide beam and come back, which skips 2 full loads. And skipping loads is great because that means we save a lot of time. But speaking of loads, we've got the red teleportal here, so Bex, this is your moment.
I love having moments. We've got $20 from JRK that says, "Good luck to my brother Hobbit. Seeing you, the alleged best speedrunner in the conglomerate at GDQ is incredible. Kill this run and make Samus look straight at the camera a few times."
Only a few times is a treat.
Only a few times.
Shout outs, John. Shout outs. That's my guy.
Do we have time for another one?
Absolutely.
Awesome. We've got $15 from BitDragon that says, "Happy to stay up late to watch this amazing run. So fast, so normal."
Very normal. There's
Very
nothing
normal.
Very
unusual
normal.
happening. Nothing unusual.
Samus definitely doesn't go upside down.
Nope, never.
Totally.
No, never.
Jay, do you want to explain the little bit of water movement Hobbit did there?
Sure, yeah. So you may notice that Hobbit morphed while he was going off that ledge in the water. That is a little momentum preservation trick to sort of get him just a little further than he normally would have gone.
The same trick as earlier applies when you're in water. You do want to try to stay on the ground. So getting down to the ground is essential.
And oddly enough, for some reason, jumping in the water is like the fastest movement. So when you see me in the water, I'm going to be morph or standing jumping pretty much the whole time. Fortunately, there's not too much water movement we have to contend with in this run. But we don't actually end up getting the gravity suits, so anytime I'm in water, you're going to be seeing it. But speaking of suits, we're getting a little orange in here.
It's time to get dressed up.
Put on the orange pajamas.
Yeah, these are Samus's orange pajamas. They help us with the hot rooms here. We just had to break the entire northern part of Artaria to get them. So
Yeah, they kept us waiting long enough for this game, so they had to give us a little bit of a mini planet destruction as a treat.
Yep, just some basic movement here.
Yep.
So Bex, if you've got donations, now's a great time.
Perfect timing. We have $50 from Michelle that says, "Buena suerte, Hobbit. I'm ultra proud of you, and the big stage looks real good on you. Vamos."
Vamos, muchas gracias, Michelle.
I have $5 from Real Tetris Freak that says, "Various puns? Come on. Mine are Z best. Good luck, Hobbit, and go get him. You got Jay and Ark by your side."
Yeah,
Let's go.
Let's
Shout
go,
out to
Tetris.
Boo the
Shout outs to
puns.
Tetris
Can't boo the
Freak.
puns.
absolute Metroid Dread legend.
Make sure you send in even more puns for the crowd to boo me for.
No, please send the puns because they're fantastic. That's
Everyone
perfect.
loves puns. That's
Everyone
just
That's
science.
perfect. I make a lot of them. It's the force of Hobbit, you know?
Wow.
Oh, there we go.
So All right, settle down. We are headed to the evil green time waster himself.
Yeah, if you've ever seen my name on Discord, you might be like, what is this? That doesn't make any sense. It's Kraid. He's evil, he's green, and he wastes my time by throwing up on me. It's very mean. We just have to be a little mindful of our health here. We don't get, as a result of not going to that loop through Dairon, we don't actually get what is probably the easiest energy tank in the game. So we are just going to have to make sure we don't get booped by anything. But that's okay, because the Claw Door gives us a refill, and now we are at Kraid.
All right. So normally you would do what is called a high Kraid. So normally you would do what are called charge missiles. But since we don't have the wide beam, we can't do that. So Hobbit's going to missile weave to clear out a lot of the gunk and just try to keep hammering on phase 1. Very nice.
Now we're going to do a single wall jump to jump up early and skip having to get his belly button.
All right, he's very angry at me right now, so he's gonna try to punch me. Fortunately, that's a great time to just shoot him in the mouth because he's making it very known that he's not happy with me. But fortunately,
very good RNG.
Kraid from accounting is done for.
7.
All right, so lucky number 7, that gets us the diffusion beam, which is like the ultimate shortcut beam. This allows us to hit objects that are slightly inside of terrain with kind of like a shotgun blast explosion. So we're gonna make quite a bit of use of that. It allows us to skip a lot of different things or take shortcuts when necessary.
And you may be wondering why we need a diffusion beam when we have pseudo waves. Some of the blobs are hard locked behind diffusion.
Yeah, we think that the developers probably knew that pseudo waves were possible, so there's just a second wall inside the first wall, so you can't do it.
Yeah, it's very clever of them to do that, because as far as we've tested, the only things that work are power bombs, wave beam, and diffusion. So.
Yep. And power bombs don't even work all the time. It really depends on... We don't know, really.
It honestly feels completely random on some blobs. It's very, very wild.
Diffusion is a...
But hey, who turned off the lights? That's pretty rude. Don't they know I'm trying to speedrun here? I can't see anything.
Are you going to turn the lights on?
All right, so we're just going to go ahead and turn the lights on really quick because I'm scared of the dark too. Yeah. And I really just, I need to turn these lights on. Also, I guess it gets me wide beam, so that's pretty important.
Yeah.
Do you have time for a quick donation?
Let's hear it.
We have $25 from Kraid, who says, "Hey Hobbit, Kraid here. Good luck on your run through ZDR. Gotta say that Varia suit's looking great. I'll be sitting in my little lava pool just relaxing, unaffected by this heat. By the way, you're doing a pacifist run, right? Right?
Yeah. It's actually no bosses unrestricted. Yeah, Kraid. Yeah, don't tell him.
I won't say anything.
Okay, cool, thank you.
You may notice we went out the wrong way.
Yes, because we have Morph Ball, we can actually just exit out the entrance unintentionally to make our way towards the other part of Dairon. I guess kind of like the second third of the area where we can grab the bomb upgrade. So we're just gonna waltz right through this hot area, walk right through the Atom Station.
Adam is taking a nap.
And you're gonna notice something really quick here. It's very quiet in this Emmy zone. Where's the Emmy?
Where did he go?
Because we actually never went through the Dairon Emmy intro, the Emmy doesn't spawn on this side of the map. It will take us going into the lower part of Dairon correctly for the Emmy to spawn. So you can just kind of take a nice little stroll through the Emmy zone, appreciate the ambiance and the somewhat spooky music. And who keeps turning off the lights? Is Nosferatu in this game? All right.
So this is one of the hardest pseudo waves in the game. It's a very specific angle, and you have to use missiles, which are also very specific.
The missile knows exactly where it is at all times because it knows where it isn't. And so the angle is very precise.
Yeah, it basically just skips a whole trek right through the dark room. So it just gives us a little bit more direct routing, but it is very, very particular with the angle that you need. So
14 missiles doesn't sound like a good amount of missiles spent, but that's a very good amount of missiles spent for that trick.
Absolutely. And now we can get bombs, and I need to remind myself there's a small micro optimization dropping through bomb blocks that I need to do. Thanks, Vale. So we are going to be grabbing the bombs here, which actually allows us to interact with a new feature that they put in Dread, these little bomb cannons. They also have, very much have plenty of capability for infinite bomb jumping. If you remember back during the pre-release when they were releasing the Dread files leading up to release, they actually showed infinite bomb jumping just like directly in the room you pick up bombs. But we're just kind of weaving through Dairon here. It's pretty laid back. So if we've got donations, this is a great time.
We have $25 from Tolkoto that says, I'm tired, but I can't miss this run. Keep the funds coming. Keep the donations coming in. We can reach 1 million. We can see it on the horizon.
Absolutely. We're right there. Y'all think we can get 1 million? Let's go.
I think so,
we can do that.
I think we can do that.
All right, so this is one of my favorite rooms in the game. This is the Metroid Dread Golf Course. So I'm going to try to drop into this hole and get a hole in one. Unfortunately, that means I am not a true golfer. Shout out to manager. But that means I'm going to score a par on this run through the golf course. And we actually only go through that room once, so no redemption chance. So that's okay. Golf's hard.
So Hobbit mentioned that bombs allow infinite bomb jumping, and you can use infinite bomb jumps to skip the flash shift doors that you're supposed to have flash shift to go through. And if there's any fans of the Killers out there, Mr. Brightside happens to be a really great song for tempo when you're doing bomb jumps. So,
If you like Dollar Mendy, Tune, or if you are a fan of the Final Fantasy VI soundtrack, Cayenne's theme is also 150 BPM, which is what you need for this trick.
But before we do that, we have to do some more underwater movement because unfortunately, it is slow to grab grapple if we're grabbing screw attack in the same trip to Artaria. So we are just going to be using those morph boosts and these very conveniently placed claws to advance our way through this room. One bomb will just knock them out very easily, and then we are going to do a slide cloak here to not get hit by that very dangerous laser that does lots of damage, and I have not a lot of health. But leading up to backdoor flash here, we've definitely got some more time for donations.
We've got $5 from Other Dave who said, hey, who turned out the lights? Hey,
Not us.
who turned out the lights? We also have $250 from Bash Prime who says, you
What?
are no match for Ravenbeak
Oh my
at your
goodness.
current level of
Thank
power.
you so much.
A friend of mine saw Ravenbeak take his shirt off in the shower, and he said that Ravenbeak had an 8-pack. That Ravenbeak was hashtag shredded.
well, let's go, Bash Prime.
Let's go, Bash.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. In the chat, can birds be vascular?
I'm scared of that answer.
Let's
we
go.
Nice.
Kept the door open, too.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, so that 150 BPM infinite bomb jump is really, really tricky because you have to both stay above the sensor enough that it doesn't detect you and far away enough from the door that it doesn't detect you. So it can be very, very tricky. It's a very common snag point, but shout outs to the folks who taught me how to do it correctly a few months ago because I was struggling with it big time before. Yeah, it's tricky. All right, so we're going to do a couple pseudo waves here to break these blobs. So we can just kind of shoot through the floor here, take a little shortcut.
Anything to avoid water movement.
Exactly. So I'm going to shoot that Bataloon to make it swim a little bit faster while we take care of this blob. So we can just pause and then aim and then release pause to essentially just shoot the blob. And diffusion means that we're going to pop it. Gonna hit the C boost there. Shout outs to Charlotte Aranea.
Very nice.
And then we are heading back into Dairon to go towards the yellow Emmy. So Bex, if you got a couple more donations, now's a great time.
Oh, we've got some donations. We've got $25 from Mr. Miguel who says, good luck.
Yeah, let's go, Miguel.
Let's go.
Good luck to Hobbit on Metroid Dread, unrestricted all bosses. Very saddened that I can't be there in person this year around due to certain circumstances, making it dangerous for me to travel. Sending lots of love to my wonderful and beautiful friends in the couch and back couch. You got this, Hobbit.
We wish
Thanks,
Thank
Miguel. Wish you were here.
we wish you were here, Miguel.
For real. I wish you were here. That's the Metroid Prime 2 GOAT. Absolutely amazing at Dread. So, absolute pleasure to hear from them. All right, so the LME is going to chase after us, but the water is going to slow it down big time. So we're just going to kind of waltz around here, do a couple flash shifts, and get up to the central unit here.
I thought you said it was gone. Why is it back?
So because we went through the elevator the intended way, it actually spawns the Emmy correctly. It is a separate instance of the Emmy from the one in the post-Emmy intro. So fortunately, because we go the correct way into Dairon, the Emmy spawns correctly. So we are just going to take a little step here so we can flash out the door. And then if you struggle with the LME, because it is kind of the hardest one casually, just look at it, shoot, and go.
It's time to stare again.
I love staring. Honestly, Metroid Dread is secretly just a really long staring contest.
Yep. You'll also notice that Hobbit is using Turbo on the Omega Stream. Even though you can just hold the button down, it turns out the first shot of Omega Stream does more damage. So if you can mash or use Turbo, it's faster.
Yeah, I believe 13 hertz is the line for is it faster or not. But it just saves a little bit of time on these Emmy kills, especially the later ones that have very, very thick faceplates.
Yes. We now have probably the coolest item in the game, would you say?
Absolutely, absolutely. The speed booster in Dread is back, and it is absolutely wonderful, and it is one of the cores of Unrestricted. So, Ark, if you want to start talking about some of the basic UR tech that originates from the speed booster, I think now's a good time to start talking about that Triforce of clipping.
So we have all 3 items required for ignoring floors and walls now. So Flash Shift, Speed Booster, and Grapple. Flash Shift and Shine Sparking have an interesting interaction with slime. It's Morbin time. So Flash Shift and Shine Sparking and sliding together in a certain order has a strange interaction that slightly pushes Samus into the floor. And from that state, you can do a couple different things. 2 of them actually push you all the way into the floor. Unfortunately, due to specific Samus Returns runs, Mercury's team realized that it's not a good idea to let us just go out of bounds freely. So the game actually kills you if you try to do that. Oh.
My morph didn't get registered. That's unfortunate. That's okay, though. We'll just go the normal way. Try to do a little swag strat there.
But it also turns out that Grapple Beam has some weird interactions as well. So Grapple Beam being extended temporarily suspends the kill plane out of bounds. So having Flash Shift, Speed Booster, and Grapple allow us to ignore walls and floors under certain conditions. But there's also a third option once you've gotten slightly into the floor, and that third option allows you to gain persistent skew, or sometimes known as Bamuhe skew, which is a semi-permanent game stay. So you can take it to other save files, take it into boss rush, and it allows us to utilize the full third dimension of this game and look either towards or away from the camera. So we're going to see that shortly, and Hobbit, just after grabbing Grapple here, Hobbit is going to explain the rest of that.
Yeah, so getting into what is the crown trick of Unrestricted here, the axis skew, it essentially puts you into a state where Samus cannot turn around in the air, which means that if you do a grounded turnaround and then jump, Samus will actually rotate around her Y-axis. Before we do that, we're going to
get a little goofy here.
Yeah, we're going to get a little goofy again really quick. Okay, I messed it up. That's okay. We'll just keep going. So we are going to go ahead and grab skew right here. So we're going to do our flash slide turnaround. Get up in the air, aim up and back, and then hold forward.
Very nice.
Piece of
next
cake.
frame.
Very nice.
And you may notice that when I do a spin jump, I don't actually change directions when I change directions. That's a key signifier that we have skew, and the only ways we can lose it are by closing the game or turning around in neutral, so like that, in the air. So we're going to be very, very careful, doing a lot of falling in Morph Ball to avoid that. And here we have our first wall clip. So we're going to do a modified left clip here, where we're essentially just going to do one turnaround to modify our angle, look right at the screen. Yeah, hi, Samus. And then we're just going to Shine Spark right through.
All right.
Now we need to grab the screw attack here, so we are just going to use skew to get the speed booster here. I'm already on this side. Do a little shine sync there.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And then grab the screw attack. Now,
a death there is very costly.
Yeah, if you die to that sync, you have to go all the way back to grapple.
Well, it's a good thing that we let that sink in.
Yeah, we let that sink in every time.
Yeah.
But now you may be thinking, oh, well, now you have to go to Red TP, right? You have to leave and go to Dairon. No, actually, we can. Oops.
Well, why aren't you just opening the door, Hobbit?
Well, this door actually is a one-way door. that has a missile cover on the other side because you're not supposed to go that way. Normally
we get
you
an
come
op?
through here in Frozen
Let me just
Artaria.
squeeze right through there.
Yeah. Oh, let me just squeeze right through there. So you can use skew to get partially into the door, and then if you do a neutral jump, you can just kind of slide in. And because it's a power door, just a normal power door, it doesn't have a kill plane on it, so we just have to unskew and walk through to not die to the missile cover that gets loaded in when you enter the room. Now, if you look in the bottom corner here, this water's actually gonna flash freeze because taking this elevator in either direction
Oh, that's so cold.
leads to the cooldown state being applied. We're gonna try to skip this missile tank here. Ooh. That's okay. I didn't get the missile tank, but I do need the speed booster, so we're gonna try again. That door's gonna close on me, so I am gonna wait. Oh, barely missed it.
Runs over. Just kidding.
All right, so we're just gonna do some wall jumps, some skew safe movement here. And that gets us up top here. And now we have to fight the Berenia bots. Normally you fight these guys with Plasma Beam, but because we have skew, we can actually bring a speed booster in here, do a slow charge up while they spawn in, and then just kind of roll into them a little bit like this. And then we can get another one. And while this guy comes up, slow boost and just roll all over him again. We want to be very careful to keep skew here if possible because we need it in the next section to do a couple wall clips. But
So, fun fact, that was actually 2 bosses. So that's
Yes.
10
Yep.
and 11.
Yep.
yes, each individual robot counts. So anytime we fight a pair, we get 2 bosses. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1.
Yeah. Almost literally killing 2 birds with 1 stone, except in this case, the stone is the morph ball.
And the robot birds.
Yeah.
If you got 1 or 2 donations here, Bex, now's a good time since we're at another elevator, and then we'll have some lock-in time.
Absolutely. We've got $10 from Metroid who says, stop making excuses and execute.
We love you, Petrol.
We love you, Metro. Shout out. He's absolutely phenomenal at
Oh,
this game.
goodness.
Just an incredible glitchless runner. Plays
Yes.
every category, but phenomenal.
We also have $5 from Sleep is there that says, so cool to see Dread on the big stage shown off by my wonderful friends. Do it for Julius Cheeser.
I'm always doing it for
Yeah.
Julius Cheeser. For those who don't know, in my Pokemon Champions team, I use Mousehold, and my Mousehold's name is Julius Cheeser. So
I've never heard that before. That's incredible.
That's awesome.
Really good.
thank you. My creativity knows no bounds.
Oh.
But what you saw there was called a neutral jump clip. It was so fast that I'm sure it was, I didn't really have time to explain it, but essentially you jump into the wall. Very
There
nice.
we go.
You jump into the wall and then use map lag, which is that property that Arcanox was talking about earlier, to halt your momentum so you can Shine Spark through the wall. Since it's only 1 tile, just a regular Shine Spark is all that's needed. And then we make use of the diffusion beam to pop the blob underneath the flipper so that we can aim down clip into it. And then while doing it, oops.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
It's okay, we're fine. Everything's fine. Hey, whoa, leave me alone, bro. So, because we only have wide beam, this boss takes quite a while, but that's another one down. And we get to see one of the cool animations and an X that hasn't been released yet. You may also have noticed that we're actually in a cold room, and for those familiar with Dread, you actually take damage in cold rooms when you don't have the gravity suit. So ZDR cooldown is actually not like a true cold room, but we're gonna be going through the ZDR Frozen Highway here. Oh my gosh. Oh, I got the full continuation. That's crazy.
Let's go.
Oh, let's go.
Big
Oh my
round of
gosh,
applause.
Yeah, that's absolutely wild. That is super hard. I've hit that 3 times ever, including that. So that is
It's so wild to me
wild.
that if like a flag were flipped, like we wouldn't be able to do any of this because damage ticks from cold and heat are exponential.
Yeah.
you would be.
If this was actually cold,
disintegrated.
it would be impossible.
You may also notice there's actually an open gap here. If you fall into there when there's no ice, the kill plane is still there. That is caused by skipping the intended intro. There's actually a whole category extension invented by yours truly called hypothermia %, where your entire objective is just to get to that open death plane.
Very nice movement.
So I think we're making our way to the next boss called Z67.
That's not what it's called.
No, that's not.
I'm sorry.
Z57 is going to be our
My
next
bad.
box. A very, very iconic fight in Metroid Dread, unique to the game. You actually saw Z57 earlier in the run when we were passing through in Dairon. He was not really looking too hot, but fortunately the X that we totally released have given him some new life. But before we get to that, let's get a couple donations in. We're at another elevator.
I love elevator donations. We've got $100 from JL.
Ooh,
Yeah,
thank you.
Oh, thank you.
He says, donating during Hobbit's run as a last option to get his attention on this. Why hasn't my run been verified yet?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, message me later. It's fine.
Good luck with the unrestricted shenanigans. Cheers, JL.
Cheers, JL. Thank you so much for
Thank you so
donating.
much.
And we'll get to that eventually. But we're going to try to do a little wall clip here, see if the game... Okay, there we go. One. That's actually called a Hobbit skew. It's a random wide-angle skew that... one more.
Why is it called that?
Because I used to complain about them a whole lot in the early days of skew, where we didn't really have very good clip methods, and I kept losing runs in escape. So we're going to do some buffers here. Okay. I missed my repause. That's okay. So now, since we unfortunately failed that, I'm just going to go ahead and do the intended Z57 kill. So this is actually a really this is a fun try it at home. So we are actually going to make our way into the Z57 boss arena, and I will explain what I'm about to do. You may have noticed, again, I do not have plasma beam. I do not have any missile upgrades. I'm actually quite weak right now. So what am I going to do to Z57? So first, we're gonna go through this little door here.
As one does.
Yep, so we're just gonna jump on through.
All right.
Any frozen door that's a power door when unfrozen doesn't have a kill plane, so fortunately you can just get up on through. So I'm gonna hold the Y button into this cutscene, skip it, release a partial charge shot, and look straight at the screen. Use a flash shift to go right over the double claws, charge a speed booster here, and then try not to get hit by the second one, and then bye.
Bye-bye.
Because of the Flappy Bird minigame that Z57 has you play at the end of the fight, normally it's programmed to just die to Shine Spark. So,
Nice. Shine Spark there.
So if you can get a Shine Spark in an unintended fashion like that, or you can Shine Spark into the boss room, you can actually just blast them. I used to call it the Z57 Smack Cam. So before we go into the purple teleporter, Samus is actually going to go Super Saiyan for a second. If you get into the Shine Sync state and then boost into a slope, you will actually just carry the animation with you. I don't know why this happens, but it is so funny. And depending on the... Oh, yeah, and you get a nice little front look at it.
She is
It looks
perfectly
very strange.
symmetrical.
Very normal. But Bex, if you've got any donations, now's a good time.
I can absolutely do that. So we are so close. We're at $988,000 to the million. And speaking of math, which I will not attempt to do, we have $5 from the missile that says, I'm not sure where I am anymore.
Oh, that's not good.
Actually, there's something I can show with skew. Let me get to the end of this split and I'll do it. But as you notice, I was facing toward the camera earlier, and doing that actually does have some funny consequences if you try to shoot missiles. So I can go ahead and do that, but first I have to get through this really tricky section of movement. There goes my skew, so I will have to get it back. But that's okay. There's a conveniently placed ledge in here for no real reason. I don't think I got it. Oh, I did get it.
nice.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Bonus.
I should believe in myself. All right, so if you skew forward like this and you shoot missiles, they actually just stay there.
Can you draw a smiley face?
They don't know where they are.
So yeah, the poor missiles, they do not know where they are, but that's okay. I know where they are. And they are still active missiles. So if something runs into it, it will get hit. The main thing that those are sometimes used for is to generate lag, which is what can cause Hobbit skews. But because the Switch 2 just gives them to us sometimes, we don't really have to do that much, but it is just really funny.
It is indeed that.
All right, so we're gonna do a little speed keep here. For those who have seen the NMG run, this is the exact same speed keep. I just have to not lose skew. Oops.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Sure, let's hear it.
Awesome. We've got $25 from Jay Bells that says, love all of these showcases. My partner and I are sending good vibes. We can do so much good in the world together, and this event is proof of that. And that's absolutely right. Every dollar you spend goes directly towards MSF, so keep it coming. I want to see more puns.
Absolutely. Let's see some more puns. I would love to see that. So, like the other robots, we can just kind of roll our faces into the Quiet Robo. So I did lose skew on the way up here, so I'm going to go ahead and get that back really quick. There's a really shallow ledge here, but that is just the right length. Oops. But there we go.
Yeah.
So now we're going to do a clip called the Fast Frenia clip. We're going to stack 2 neutral jump clips together to break into lower Frenia, because unfortunately, there is a plasma door blocking our way. And unfortunately, we can't really clip through door shields at all because it's a double kill plane between the regular door and the door shield. So we're just going to make like the Emmy and vent really quick.
Seems kind of sus.
And then do a modified setup for the neutral jump clip to be able to get in the wall here so we can do a second one. All right, yep, we're in the wall. And there we are. That's a first try,
Very
baby.
nice.
Very nice.
Very nice.
So I'm going to go across the top here because the bottom is covered in water, and I don't have the gravity suit, so going through the water is quite slow. But if we do hold free aim and grapple up through these magnets, we can very easily pass through the water without problem and without risk of losing skew. Oop, there goes my skew, I believe. Yep. So I can try to get it back here. We're going to do a little shortcut to get to SQ, doing an aim down clip through this floor here. Aim down clips can go up to 3 tile floors, technically using...
Don't forget to say, excuse me.
Okay, there we go. We got skew back again. There we go. Easy peasy. So we are just going to come down here to the SQ boss room, where we're going to be able to get... Right? Okay, no, I still have it. Good. All right, so we're going to take this claw door, flashback, take a speed booster in, and make use of SQ kind of like a trampoline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You can do this in vanilla, by the way, for any of you casual players who might have struggled with this boss. I know I did. You can bring Screw Attack and Speed Booster in here, and makes it almost trivial.
Yeah, even just the speed booster is super useful because it takes out a huge chunk of SQ's health, and then the Screw Attack just lets you ignore SQ's electric shield.
I haven't seen the core go through a floor in a while.
I haven't either. That was quite unlucky. Usually it does not do that. It just bounces off the floor. And then you can do what's called the SQ2 cycle, where you hit it before the iframes can kick in. You get like 1 extra little hit in, and then can kill the chorus just a little bit faster. But while we're walking up to our next trick here, Bex, if you got some donations.
I've got $25 from LilyPad, who says, hello, from Lily on the back couch.
Hi, Lily.
Hi, Lily.
Hi, Lily.
I'm so excited to see you up on the stage, finally showing off Dread's first unrestricted run on the main stage. You've worked so hard for it, and I'm so extremely happy for you. You're one of my bestest friends in the whole world, and I love you so, so much. I'll be cheering you on from behind, and I'll try to match your volume you had earlier this week. Shout outs also to your commentators, Jay and Ark. I love you both just as much. I wouldn't
Love
be
you,
here.
Lily.
Love you,
Love
Lily.
you to death.
I wouldn't be here as I am without any of you. You gamers got this, and go kick those Emmys' butts.
All right, so...
We're about to do just that.
So what you just saw me do was a tilt clip where we use the magnet ceiling, those like magnet rails that are on the ceiling that move, to tilt Samus just a little bit, which is what was causing me to shoot up and to the left. And that, oops, we are gonna try that again. I'm just trying to be careful because I need to keep skew in this room or else I have to reset the checkpoint.
Fun fact that tilt is on a different axis than skew, so you can be tilted and skewed at the same time.
Absolutely.
Let us know in the donations if you are currently tilted and skewed.
All right, so we're just gonna use the skew here to get a speed booster and then drop down into the water and spark up. And that is why we do not need the gravity suit. That is the last room that requires gravity suit, even in NMG. And now we actually do not need skew again for the rest of the run. So say bye to skew, everyone. Bye,
Bye,
skew. And thank you to the crowd for keeping our count
Yes.
honest. We need to get to 30 here, and we are just over halfway. So now we are going to face off against the purple Emmy, another Emmy fight that's actually pretty stressful here. It's going to be right up in our face, so we have to be quite careful. But in the meantime, we're going to breakdance a little.
Do we have time for a quick donation while breakdancing?
Sure, give me one more.
We got $5 from Charlotte Arinea, who says, Hobbit, don't forget we made a $50 bet about avoiding that Missile Plus tank.
I conveniently did not did not forget. Do not worry. I was thinking about it the whole time.
Whoa.
That was all completely calculated, I promise. So you can kill the Emmy without moving at all, but I missed a couple of shots. So it's a very, very particular angle while it's moving down the wall. So you can either slide under like that if you're going to pop the face mask, or do a little jump over that Ed Nolium taught me. Shout outs to Ed. He's probably in bed right now.
Hi, Ed.
He's in Bednolium.
Yeah, he's probably in Bednolium right now. But shout outs to him. He taught me the movement for that. So very important for staying alive, because the Emmy's quite nasty. But that gets us the wave beam, and you might notice it is a little green on the inside of the beam too. Why is that?
So when you get wave beam and you didn't have plasma beam before, you actually get plasma beam along with it. And if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, I believe it is over a triple damage from wide beam. So Hobbit can basically destroy bosses now.
There's also a machine damage bonus.
Yeah, you can also, normally the wide beam does not damage anything that's like metallic, but plasma and wave beam do. So you're gonna see a lot of just basically dissolving enemies at this point.
Oh, storm missiles, why?
And you're going to see Hobbit in here. He's going to steal space jump. Go right back out the way he came.
Yep. So normally I try to store that shine spark so I can shine spark through the door, but fortunately flash shift can get the job done. We can just grab it, flash once, jump, melee, and we are out.
Very nice.
And then we're gonna do a nice little speed cape downwards to get this down here, because
That
we
is
have some
deceptively
robots.
tough.
Yeah, it is. It's really easy to catch that lip, and because we have that newfound machine damage that Jay mentioned, we can just blast the robos. And then we need to go to Berenia, but fortunately there's this perfectly placed teleportal here that we can just clip down into.
Remember, floors are a suggestion, and we are choosing to ignore it.
So now we are in what's probably my favorite part of the run, the boss cleanup. But before we get into that, Bex, let's get a couple donations in.
I have some delightful puns. I hope you're ready. We've got $50 from Calamity Nolan, who says, I wish I could play a flock of seagulls for Samus, but Iran's so far away.
Okay.
I'm loving this. I'm
That one was good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I've got $20 from Anonymous that says, dreadfully sorry I can't stay awake for the whole thing, but I know the match against the final boss will be at Raven Peak. Always good to see this game at GDQ.
Absolutely, absolutely. Appreciate the support, everyone. All right, so we are going to be moving and grooving here to Drog. Doing some flash shifts here to
Our lovely
keep
water
moving.
lettuce.
Yeah, the lovely water lettuce. It's a very similar boss to the Spore Savant in Super Metroid, in that it is just kind of there. But because we have Wave Beam, we can actually make use of a really fast one-cycle technique where we only have to reset the boss's cycle one time by sliding into it while it's kind of in its disheveled state.
Space jump makes movement so much easier.
It really does. You can just fly through rooms with it. So we're just gonna flash over here, and then we have to miss one beam segment in one of those two charge beams, and then melee charge, and fortunately you have a lot of time.
Those who know.
Before we move on, people who know, and people who know again.
People who know again.
Shout outs to Tetrix Freak. For those who know, you know. And now we're moving on to Gavran. We're gonna clean up all the bosses here, and then move into Hanubia, where we're kind of getting closer to the end game here. But if we've got some donations for this Gavran elevator, now's a good time to bring them up.
I've got $25 from Mayan Ryan, who says, hi, Hobbit. I am currently tilted and skewed, but I somehow managed to be awake to catch this run. Really glad I could catch you on the big stage, and I'm proud of all the work you've put in to get here. Keep up the good work, smiley face.
Thank you so much, Ryan. I
Thank
appreciate you, man. That's one of my my hometown buddies. Shout outs to him. Oh, a little bit of extra wall jumping in there, but we have a Gavran robot here who has unfortunately met the unfortunate fate of being at the end of the run. So we are just going to look at it, slide into it once, not take any damage, and it is gone.
The stare gets even more withering as the game progresses.
And now, because we actually haven't gone to Elon, the blue Emmy is also still turned off. So we actually don't really see any Emmys until their actual like fight encounters after we see the yellow Emmy and Dairon, which is quite anticlimactic for what the game is in design, but that's okay because we're going fast. All right, so we're just gonna spark this, wait for it to break, and that is the next central unit. That's another boss.
Chef's kiss.
Yeah, the blue central unit's in an interesting position because it's pretty much impossible for it to not meet Samus at a very powerful state. So it kind of always just gets embarrassed.
Unfortunately, this Emmy is made from the strongest stuff in the universe, so its faceplate takes a little bit longer to break than the other ones.
But fortunately, we have a whole lot of time to shoot it, so we can just go ahead and pop it there, and that will give us the ice missile upgrade. Much like the beams that stack, missiles also stack, so this completely skips getting the super missiles by coming straight to the blue Emmy here.
Yep.
So we're just gonna immediately jump to full power with this upgrade. So now we have ice missiles, we can take out Enkis, which is really convenient because there's one directly in our way on our path to Elon. Where I'm going to be making use of a couple of ledge warps to retrace our steps, but I'll leave that to my commentators to explain.
Yeah, so ledge warping is fun. So Samus and the Morph Ball are actually two different objects in the game, and when you go up on a ledge, it tries to put Samus in a specific spot on the ledge every time, but if you switch to Morph Ball, the frame before that happens, almost.
Baseball, off by one frame again.
Just like that. So the game is actually still waiting to put Samus back at that ledge, but it just kind of forgets until you're back out of Morph Ball. So if you took math, sometimes you can use the variable P to represent position, and so we could say that position, or P, is stored in the ball.
I've learned a lot today.
Alrighty, so we're going into Elon here. We've got another tram, so Bex, if you got some donations on that note.
We're learning so much today, math and other things. We've got $10 from Ralsei, who says, "Howdy, Metroid Dread gamers, sending all my love and support from the back couch. I'm here to support my mother, Samus, as she takes full advantage of 3D spaces. Remember to not only support this wonderful cause, but also spread some love to the LGBTQ plus organizations in your local area."
Let's go.
Let's go.
Absolutely. I'll take that as an opportunity to say the Metroid Dread speedrunning Discord is a space for everyone. Speedrunning's for everyone. Regardless of who you are, how you identify, you are welcome in our community. Oopsies. Very rude.
Except for this particular Chozo.
Yeah, this Chozo soldier might be a little phobic, so we're just going to take him out real quick.
Yep.
So sorry about that one. And now all we need from Elon is to release the X, so we're going to be able to do another little ledge warp here. There we go. To actually hit a conveniently placed trigger at the end of this bomb cannon that will trigger the X to be released, so we can just ledge warp on out, and now we're free. So that is dubbed the most important time save of all time. You make use of a spark shot, which is basically just charging your beam before you shine spark and using the R button to switch to your missile cannon, effectively just shooting your charge shot while you're shine sparking, so you can pass through doors while moving very, very fast, because the shine spark is the fastest horizontal movement option that we have.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Hardest trick in the
Perfect.
game.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Single attempt. First
That
try.
cutscene skip always gets me. It's we call it the hardest boss in the game because it is very, very easy to forget where you are and just absolutely mess up skipping that cutscene where Quiet Robe comes back to life. But now we've got a fun little speed keep unique to Aber here, where we are just going to make our way up towards the Gavarin Chozo.
Ooh.
Oh, so
Lordy.
close.
That's okay.
Still really cool.
You were styling for a while.
It's okay. We'll get a chance for redemption when we pass back through here.
Store another ledge warp there.
Yep, we're going to store another ledge warp. So this is like the triple ledge warp section. We're going to navigate into the spin boost room, but fortunately we have space jump, so we actually don't need to collect spin boost. We just need to spend about 3 seconds. Oh, very rude of those bugs.
Turns out there's
try
a
that
boss.
again.
There's a boss trigger in the spin boost room, so you just kind of have to sit there for a minute until the game realizes that you're there, and then leave.
Yep. So we're just going to go 1, 2, 3.
Anytime you need to return to a previous location, Ledge Warp is undefeated.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really, really good for that.
Now we're gonna do the Chozo Tumble.
Yep, so the devs specifically put in this tumbling animation that the soldier does if you speed boost into it. So they knew that we were going to be able to charge a speed booster into this room. And it's just another one of the many details that Mercury's team put in this game.
There's so much attention to detail in this game.
We love Mercury's team.
25!
Incredible foresight by the devs.
Absolutely. Okay, so a pretty tricky speed keep there. Unfortunately, not going to cash it in, so we're going to just have to slowly roll through this tunnel here. On our way to a very infamous boss in Metroid Dread speedrunning, Golzuna, who we have to kill using a 4-spark kill method. So we're going to do a little speed keep to get up to the top and defeat the Claw Door, and then Ball Spark into the boss arena. It's Morbin time yet again. Shout outs to Manajor down in the crowd. And now we are just going to blast the Muzby. It's time.
And then we're gonna tie Golzuna's shoes.
Absolutely. So we run right through Goliath, spark into Golzuna, store here while we pre-charge our storm missiles, which we're gonna use for the Korax. Bop. And bam.
Absolutely humiliated. Fantastic job.
Yeah. Golzuna is the end of many, many, many runs. So I cannot emphasize that enough. And that allows us to pick up the cross bomb.
We're gonna use those, right?
Well, if there's like 3 to 4 bomb blocks in a row, maybe, but that's really about it. We actually can just go straight through this puzzle with Space Jump. I know I made that look really easy, but it's really finicky movement, and you can do it with just Flash Shift, which makes it a little harder, but it is much faster to just jump on through instead of waiting for cross bombs to load up.
So I think we've only got 4 more bosses left.
Yeah, we got one more 2-for-1 with the Orange Emmy, the Elite Chozo, and then Ravenbeak. Shoutouts to Dad and Ravenbeak X. But Bex, if you got any donations for this this train ride here, let's hear them.
I don't have a train donation, but I do have $50 from El Pato de Muerte that says elevator donations are just all right. They have their ups and downs.
Very nice.
Love it.
Very nice. All right, I'm gonna try to do a little Shine Spark tech here. Okay, we'll try it one more time. Where we can actually do kind of a funny little Shine Spark. There we go.
Ooh, yes, yes,
Where we
yes,
actually
yes, we
can
love
go
it.
right against doors without stopping. Unfortunately, my second spark shot didn't go through, but we can use that to Shine Spark horizontally without actually bopping against any walls, which saves a little bit of time.
Fun fact, this boss is actually weak to power bombs if you had them. But this is in fact where we get them.
Doesn't it? Yeah, it gives you power bombs.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make use of storm missiles in moments where we can't hit the soldiers, either when their shield is up or when they're invulnerable. Because during that phase transition, due to the cutscene that the first Chozo soldier has, they're actually completely immune to damage. So we can just charge up those storm missiles to get a little burst. And now we've got power bombs. The power bomb blasts are pretty bright, so if you're photosensitive at all, that's definitely something to look out for here. We're gonna have to drop a couple of them to clear the way.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure I give that disclaimer before we get to it. But that is the final upgrade in Metroid Dread. We have just a couple bosses left here as this run is coming to a very, very swift close. So we're gonna drop a power bomb here to break some platforms, and then drop another one over here to pop the tube and angle it such that it doesn't hit these robots on the end, so it can hopefully get another power bomb drop.
Unfortunately, they were not kind to us today.
Yeah.
That was very mean of the robots to not give me a power bomb drop, but we should be able to get one down here. There we go.
The game really does not like giving you power bombs if you destroy enemies with a power bomb.
It's Morbin time. Whee!
You scared me.
I know. Gotta make sure we're awake here, you know?
It is pretty late in the night.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna take a little pot shot at the Elite Chozo here and get our storm locks. 1, 2, and then get 3 more storm locks.
This boss actually scales in damage and health based on your own progression, and it expects you to have gravity suit here. So getting hit by this guy would sting quite a bit.
Yeah, we really do not want to get touched by Elite Chozo. It is really, really nasty. But fortunately, we're so strong, it's no big deal. We're going to get to see Samus use her Metroid powers for the first time.
There's boss 28. We just need 2 more.
And now we're red.
She's all red.
This is actually Metroid Red, if you didn't know. Because the gravity suit is actually slightly larger than the Varia suit, the Metroid glow actually isn't unapplied after the cutscene. So you just get to be red for a few seconds. If you flash shift, it will also go away. But because it's cool and I think it's kind of fun, I just walk right over. And now we are going to the Itarash pod. Now, coming into the end game here where we're going to fight Ravenbeak, I have a philosophical question for everyone here. We're going to get the Hyper Beam and Metroid suit from Ravenbeak once we defeat him, and it's got a nice pink beam. What flavor do you think it would be?
I always say watermelon Jolly Rancher.
Strawberry kiwi.
Ooh, that's a good answer.
I like that one. That's a good flavor too. So let us
Yeah.
know in the donations what flavor you think Hyper Beam is.
Peppermint.
That's a good answer. I like that one, Jay. But we're basically just going to be blasting Ravenbeak in the face. So if you got donations with some flavors, I would love to hear what the viewers at home have to say.
Well, we don't have any flavors yet. Get those donations in so we can see what you think that Hyper Beam flavor is. But we've got $50 from Bash Prime, who says Metroid has seen many ships over the years, but the clear winner is Quiet Robe and Ravenbeak. Shoutouts to Hobbit and shoutouts to the first unrestricted Metroid Dread run on the main stage. Let's hit that million.
Go.
I like Quiet Beak.
Yeah, small detail there. You can actually flash shift during that cutscene to get a little bit of extra shots in on Ravenbeak. And then we're going to make our way to this left wall to take away that downward slam attack so that he's more likely to do that Gatling attack, which you can just dash melee under and shoot him. So for those of you at home, if you're struggling with Ravenbeak, give that dash melee a try. It's actually quite easy.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd be careful. That's a very, very strong laser.
Greeting the sun.
I love greed.
Oh! Punished.
Is that the first death of the run, I think?
Punished for your greed.
Yeah,
it's
Punished
not.
for my greed. It's
Oh,
not.
yeah.
I died to the white Emmy
Oh,
too.
that's right, yeah. I always forget.
All right, well, that's just extra time for people to donate for their flavors. Totally not staged, I promise. So let's run that back.
Let's get some love in for this run. What an incredible one death at the very end. Let's get some hype from the crowd.
All right, there we go. And get the phase 1 skip here where we DPS him just enough to phase over. 1, 2, 3.
I never get tired of seeing that.
It's so fun.
Oh, thank you, Raven.
Wow.
Very nice of
Really
you.
good RNG. I guess he's apologizing.
Yeah, I guess he feels bad for... Oh, he really feels bad for what he's done. Oh, my gosh. You really can't ask for better RNG than that. Double Gatling to start off? Absolutely. Yes, please. So now we're in phase 3 again. I will not be greeting again. We got the same RNG yet again. So thank you, Ravenbeak. Very nice of you to be doing all of this for me. I really, really appreciate it. So we can just pop that sun with a power bomb. We get a little health refill. And this time we should be cleaning them up no problem. Get a little free damage here. And wow, what a cinematic finish. And bam, bam. That's Ravenbeak.
That's
29.
right. 29.
Now, that's the final boss of the game. So where's number 30?
Did you remember to clean up the X?
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's
oh.
yeah, we got to do that.
Alrighty, so RBX is kind of more of a cutscene boss, but he does technically count. So we're going to pre-charge our Hyper Beam and give
mean
him
the watermelon
some
Jolly
very
Rancher?
delicious black cherry flavor right to the face. He actually, I think he might be allergic to cherries because he's kind of breaking out into hives, I think. I'm not really sure what's going on. But now the planet's blowing up in classic Metroid
For real
style.
this time.
Yeah.
So we're just going to be working on escape here. As we come to the close of this run, the time will be when the final cutscene starts at the end of escape. So we are just going to be moving and grooving through here using some classic Metroid movement with Speed Booster, Space Jump. Unfortunately, the Metroid suit does take all of our Aeon abilities.
Yeah, no more AU for us.
Unfortunate. But we're going to drop a Power Bomb here.
I can't believe we can't use Pulse Radar and Escape.
I know.
I love Pulse Radar. It's the most useful item in the game. Use a couple dash melees to skip over some blocks, and we're coming up on a very, very cool speed keep here. I'm going to try to hit it for everyone, for the fans. So we are going to try to store and then spark into this wall here. There we go.
Oh, yes.
go.
We love to
Very
see
nice.
it. We love
And
it.
for manager here, the final morb.
Final Morb.
The final morb.
Whee! And now we've got one more speed keep here, and that is Metroid Dread. All bosses unrestricted
Yep,
coming
time
up
is
here.
coming up in just a moment. And, oop.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, never mind. and
time.
Oh, that's a great time.
What was the final count?
109.50, sub 110
Yeah.
on the main stage.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
wild.
Give it up for Hobbit.
You did great.
Thank you, thank you. And I appreciate the comms, y'all. I can't do it without everyone in the community, especially y'all up here with me. But shout outs to the entire Metroid Dread community, the Charlottes, the Adnoliums, the lab members, the Jays, the Arcs, the managers.
Shout outs
the
to the back
Lilies,
couch.
everyone's the back couch. I really appreciate everyone coming out this late to watch the Metroid Dread. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Appreciate everyone.
I
As
did.
I said,
Yeah.
Metroid Dread is an open and welcoming community. Whether you're interested in just playing the game casually and getting help, speedrunning, casually speedrunning a little bit, doing whatever you want.
We have a great randomizer community
We
if
have
you're
an
into that.
Absolutely wonderful randomizer community. We hold races for both speedrunning and randomizing. So in Metroid Dread, you are welcome.
When we
Absolutely.
say we're inclusive, we've done the work. We mean it.
Absolutely. But that's Metroid Dread. All bosses unrestricted.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.